Arsenal have qualified for the last 16 of the Champions League as Group B winners after cruising to a 6-0 victory over Lens at the Emirates Stadium on Wednesday night. The Gunners raced into a 4-goal lead inside the first 27 minutes, with Kai Havertz netting the opener on the 13-minute mark shortly before Gabriel Jesus, Bukayo Saka, and Gabriel Martinelli all made the net ripple. Martin Odegaard then added a fifth just before the interval to help Arsenal become the first English club in Champions League history to boast a 5-goal lead at half-time, before substitute Jorginho converted from the penalty spot 4 minutes from the end to seal an emphatic and thoroughly deserved win for Mikel Arteta's side. Let's go around the punditry world to hear what the experts are saying about Arsenal's 6-star performance on the biggest European stage.
To get the job done.
Absolutely. Today was the day to get it done. We have the chance to qualify, to be top of the group, and I think we've done it in a beautiful way.
Was that one of the best first half performances you've seen? 5 different scorers, 5-0 at half time. How pleasing was that?
Well, it has to be. You know, when you score 5 goals in the first half in Champions League against a really good side, the boys deserve the credit. We were really good.
Yeah. Your clean sheet, though, is that equally as pleasing in the second half? And did it require something different of the team, some discipline to see it out?
Yes, because you can become really sloppy, and there were parts in the second half that you start to see different behaviors, but I think the team stayed really focused. I think we haven't considered a goal in Champions League at home and scored 12, so it's good stats.
You like scoring early as well. Does that early goal, does that set you on your way?
Yes, because obviously they have to come out, and they're a team that wants to be really aggressive in the high press, and we use the spaces really good. We're really efficient. We score some wonderful goals.
Yeah, it gives you the luxury of approaching match day 6 however you see fit. How much of an advantage is that?
Yeah, it's great because the schedule we have at the moment is crazy. We're already thinking about Wolves now in 72 hours. But it was a big night. Thank you as well to our people. They were incredible, the atmosphere in the stadium, and we are there.
Hard to single anyone out, really, but it's 5 years since Bukayo Saka's debut, and typically he gives a performance like that tonight, a goal and an assist.
Yeah, he was brilliant again. It's the consistency that he's showing, you know, at his age to do it, what he's doing is extremely difficult, and is the way he prepares himself, and obviously the quality and the good teammates that he's got around him.
Top of the Premier League, through to the knockout stages of the Champions League. Is there time to enjoy that?
Yes, but we have to demand to each other more, and we know that on Saturday Wolves are coming. They are a really good side, and we're going to have to be really well prepared.
Thank you, Mikel.
Thanks to you.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they'll be too much enjoying that tonight. I think he's very, very focused on Wolves at the weekend. But, you know, they didn't just get the job done. They did it in style. But I think the important thing was that they were able to then not take their foot off the brake in the second half, but they completely obliterated Lens in that first half. And that's exactly what you were used to during the Wenger years.
We were, and it was a case of we talked before the match, you know, let's win the game as quick as you can, get the job done and get the deck chairs out, as we used to call it back in the day. And that's I mean, Arsenal were emphatic. There was 3 goals scored in 6 minutes after that first goal, and they just blew their opponents away tonight, Michael.
Yeah, this was a great start, of course. Havertz, I mean, this finish it takes your options away when it's bouncing like this. You can only really prod it forward. You see he's making a late run into the 6-yard box area, but you can't really do much with it. The goalkeeper's running at you. You can't go over him. You can't really go under him. You just have to prod it towards goal, and he did that. I thought the goalkeeper could possibly have made himself bigger. I thought he could have done better with 2 or 3. Well, certainly the first 3 goals maybe, but it was a great start for Arsenal, nothing more than they deserved.
Well, Jesus turned from provider to scorer. He says his finishing wasn't his strong point, but he did it.
Well, we know the record that he has in the Champions League is pretty decent, and you know, I thought he did. I mean, Saka's involvement in that is outstanding as well, but just a presence of mind, just to sit the defender down, just to feint to shoot. You know, it's an important moment. I've seen him do that in the Manchester United game, by the way, earlier in the season. I think their 3rd goal. Does it again there. Just creates the space for himself, and that's a quality finish. Look, feints to shoot, puts the defender on the ground and just comes through onto his right foot. That's a nice, tidy finish. He's becoming very classy now, Jesus, in front of goal.
Yeah, and I love that about a centre-forward that doesn't get too excited. Like a lot of people, as soon as you see the goal, you think, oh, I'm going to score, I'm going to score. You get excited and you hit it too. He has got so much calmness in front of goal. I'm not worried about him finishing his chances. It's getting the chances, getting enough for him, because he needs to be scoring 20 plus goals this season. If Arsenal are going to go and win some trophies, then he's going to be a massive player for them.
Yeah, OK, well, we saw 3-0 with Bukayo Saka because he scored that one. Let's take a look at 4-0, Gabriel Martinelli. This was all within 27 minutes of action.
Yeah, I mean, they just steamrolled the opposition at this point. And this fella, I mean, I was pleased for him here because it's important he gets his goals as well. Just tucking. He hasn't quite had the numbers this year in terms of his finishing. But you can see here, look, he just stands up the defender, just tucks inside. And that looked really easy for him. And I'm pretty certain it was. And that is good quality, good confidence. And the thing that pleased me most, really, they're talking about Wolves already. And that's what we used to do in that dressing room. Never mind what we've just done. Let's look ahead what we're going to do next. And it's really important that they're focused and they keep their feet on the ground because they've had a lot of praise in the past and then it's fallen over a little bit. So I think they're in really good shape for the weekend, and that was really a stroll for them, wasn't it? They almost stopped in the second half. It's always tricky, Michael. You never really quite recapture that form in the second half when you're so emphatic as they were. But nonetheless, they're now looking like they're in good shape.
There's a huge difference as well, Richmond. In the legs, the day after, if you've had a hard game, it's a 1-1 or a 2-1, you've had to go to the 90th minute, full throttle the whole way through, you're stiff the next day. I bet you those lads out there hardly felt as if they played a game. They'll be fine in the morning, and as Martin says, all ready for Wolves.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's take a look at the 5th goal then. This was 5-0, just within half-time. It was 45 minutes and 1.
Yeah.
and it was Martin Odegaard, and when he got amongst the goals, you thought, you know what, this is going to be a riot.
But look at that determination from the full-back. I mean, it's brilliant play, and, they're already, 4-0 up at this point. Tommy Asu, great play down that right-hand side. He floats a lovely ball in as well, and technique, power in the finish. This is a brilliant goal.
Again, important for his confidence. Everybody has to chip in. They're queuing up in the box, but Tommy Atsu, I think, has been a really good addition at right back. He's playing a lot lately. He can play anywhere in that back line, and he's popping into midfield as well, isn't he? Like Zinchenko does. They've all got that kind of habit of behaviour. So looking good for Arsenal. Yeah,
Mikel Arteta likes players to be flexible in positions as well. So as you say, Martin, they were able to really take those deck chairs out in the second half. Took their foot off the gas a little bit, but there was one more goal, and it came from a penalty. Jorginho came on as a substitute. Mikel Arteta rung in the changes. Let's look at this incident itself. Penalty or no?
Yes, definitely.
I mean, it's pretty clear, right?
Yeah, the arm is out in an unnatural position. The referee didn't spot it in real time, had to go over to the screen, and as opposed to last night with that VAR decision, tonight I think VAR got it absolutely spot on.
Yeah, and Jorginho again, he's had to sit out a couple of games, so again keeps him involved, keeps his confidence, and there's lots of options now in that midfield for Arsenal. Yeah.
Okay, well look, they scored so many goals, but you can't argue that they were brilliant at the back as well, in the sense that, they were able to stem the flow and not really let Lens have any opportunities at all, certainly not from their most dangerous strikers. But again, this is what we're talking about. This is in stoppage time, and they were still able to keep control of the game. And even just, when you see them celebrating this, I mean, this tells you everything, doesn't it? Clean sheets mean everything.
It is, and they know that at the other end of the pitch, they're doing incredible things, and the only way for them to get the credit they deserve is to keep a clean sheet. So that's important to them, and that grows from match to match. And then becomes an aura about the group. And we talked, didn't we? We're going to finish with what we started with. You need balance. You need to be solid at the back, but you need that creativity at the top of the team. It was there today in abundance.
It certainly was there today.
Done tonight. Thoughts on that performance?
From the start we were amazing. Everyone. We go full gas. It's not normal we score like 5 goals quick like that. And then after, obviously, we control more the game, and then they try to come. And the second half they stay more with the ball. It was a little bit tricky, difficult for us to keep the ball, but at the end, everyone play amazing. The team performance was top. Now we have to keep going, because Saturday we have another one big.
Is it scoring first that makes that first half performance possible?
Scoring early. Playing at home as well, with all our fan support is always amazing. They push us, and then always, what's happened there. So we had a little bit inside, that's good. We want to win the game and also to qualify. I don't know what's happened there in another game, but we are qualifying, but I don't know if it's in force. He'll check in force. So we qualify in force. It's important. Congratulations for the whole team. We play amazing and we did the job.
Yeah. I can confirm that you have qualified as top of the group, so you have a game to spare, obviously, on match day 6. What was so special about tonight's performance? Obviously required different things from the first half to the second.
Well, like I said, when you start the game like we did, we score a lot of goals and then we're winning. Obviously, we want to continue, but sometimes it's just impossible because you get tired and the opponent try to play with the ball. We stay less with the ball. It's always difficult, but at the end we don't concede a goal. We keep the clean sheet. That's good, and then we score in the last minutes, and then a good performance and a very important win.
For you personally, 24 goals in 42 Champions League appearances. What is it that you love about the Champions League so much?
Well, it's nothing special. I mean, from another competition. Obviously, Champions League, I say many times, I watch a lot at home. Sometimes I miss the school to watch because I love football. Obviously, like I said before, Champions League is special, like a Premier League, but obviously I already won the Premier League. I want to win here, obviously, but I want to win the Champions League as well, not just scoring, but win.
Okay. Thanks and congratulations.
What a game, what a result. I mean, what's the feeling in the dressing room right now?
Yeah, everyone's really happy. We just have to say well done to each other because obviously it's the first time we've been back in Champions League for a while and we've qualified with a game to go, so we're all happy.
And not just qualified, but top spot as well. That would have been...
That's 7 you've had already in this competition. How do you feel about that? You should be having yourself now.
I'm happy, yeah, and I want more.
But you've got to keep your feet on the ground. That's what it's about, isn't it? The next game on Saturday.
Yeah, always. Yeah, the boss is already reminding us to enjoy just a little bit and then get the focus on Wolves on Saturday.
Good.
Well, let's take a look at your performance tonight. And as Martin said, I mean, you are in the lead in Europe at the moment. Great that you didn't actually know that. Let's take a look. I think this is your goal, actually. I mean, considering the good stuff you've done all season, that's got to be the scrappiest one this season so far.
No, I love those goals, man. They can come off anywhere. I'll take them all.
You take them all. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? And then the assist as well. You provided assist, I believe, for Gabriel Jesus as well. Let's take a look at that. And what we see on the pitch, it's just your versatility on the pitch, your awareness as well, knowing exactly where your teammates are.
Talk us through what's in your mind here, because you went really positive, I thought, in that move, and great to win the ball back there.
Yeah, so I just wanted to go on a little dribble, and I found myself in a situation where I could get through the 2 guys, but they closed it, so I just sort of put my leg through and got it to Gabby, and obviously he's done really good, and it's a good finish. So
they seem to target you a little bit physically. How does that make you feel? Does that make you feel more determined to actually beat your opponent when someone's leaving a bit on you?
Yeah, I think it actually motivates me, when the defender does that. So yeah, I don't mind it.
Keep doing it, and you're going to just run the legs off them.
I'm trying.
It's funny because there are 2 sides to your personality, because Martin, you touched on it. You're so down to earth, and I know you're really close to your family. I know religion is a big part of your life as well, so you really do know how to keep that humility about you. But then there's also, as you say, that side that gets really motivated by not the dirty side of the game, but the more physical side of the game. Yeah, it's the killer instinct. How do you balance the 2?
I think it's just me. I just try to be myself, but obviously when you walk across the white line and you get on the pitch, it's you against your opponent. So I have to try my best to be better than him, whether it's physically or where I'm dribbling or whatever I need to do to win, I have to do it. So that's the mindset I try to have when I go on the pitch.
Your durability as well. I mean, touch wood, you've stayed very fit, very strong throughout your career so far. You came off today, manager probably protecting you a little bit with the future in mind. Happy about that?
Not really. I wanted to play 90 minutes, if I'm honest. But yeah, I understand his decision. Now I'm focused on Wolves and trying to do my best for that game as well.
Well, Guy, I'm going to take you back. 5 years ago today, I believe, you made your debut for Arsenal in a European game. a lot has changed in the world since then, at Arsenal since then. I mean, how have you changed since then?
I've changed a lot. On and off the pitch, I think I've gone through a lot as well. But yeah, I'll never forget that day. It was a cold day, just like it is today.
Do you feel like a role model because you've come through the ranks and there's lots of other young kids in that youth team academy that want to make it? Do you feel now like you're a role model and you want to get to the very top? You're pretty well there now.
I don't really think about that side, you know. I feel like I just try and go on the pitch, play my football and be myself. And of course, if there's some young players looking up to me, I try to be the best role model possible.
And you certainly are.
You certainly are. Bukayo, I've got to say really quickly, when you did make that debut in Europe, I remember I interviewed you after the game.
You remember,
don't you?
Yeah.
Because your answer was, I was so excited. I found out last night, and my mum had to put me to bed. Is it true?
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did. Oh my God! We're going to dig out the footage.
I knew he was going to bring that up as well. I knew he was going to bring that up. I knew it.
But what I heard from the press team was that the guys on the WhatsApp group just killed you for it. Did they?
To be fair, my friends did, and a lot of my family did as well. I don't know why I even said that, if I'm honest, because that didn't happen. They sort of told me to go to bed,
just came out.
But they didn't put me to bed. There's a difference, you know. But it's a funny moment, to be fair.
It was hilarious, but you know what? It makes you so endearing. Bukayo, it's so great to see you. Congratulations today. You've got that Europe record as well.
You've been putting
through to the knockout rounds.
Ever since.
You'll be putting defenders to bed. Exactly. Thank you so much for joining us. Great to see you as always.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
See you later, Bukayo. Take care. Sorry.
Can I give you this?
Yeah, thank you very much. And you know what? I can't hear myself think because all the fans are screaming his name here. In fact, since he joined. And actually, I've got to say, you got the similar adulation, Martin, as we were walking pitch side. Oh, Martin. I'm telling you. Michael, did you notice?
I noticed, I was in his wake. He's famous around these parts.
I'm half deaf these days, but it's always a pleasure, isn't it, to talk to Bukayo in the way that we did tonight. He is an outstanding talent. Of course, Arsenal, everyone going to say you've got to win trophies, you've got to win something, but let's see what happens. I think they're certainly going in the right direction.
They really are, and I think they sent a message. Do you know, at points in this season, people have wondered, where does Arsenal's attacking threat come from? Well, tonight, all five, everywhere. That is the answer. Martin, we're going to go straight into the goals. Talk us through the first one. This was Kai Havertz, and, you know, fresh from scoring at the weekend, he goes and does it again.
Well, it's been a goal fest, and you know, we talked about Havertz. Would this be the platform for his Arsenal career? I think actually this performance so far is the platform really to build upon for the rest of the team, because they've all waded in. But that was terrible defending, you have to say. And then Havertz gets the goal, and Jesus plays a big part in this. But look at this for defending. It's awful defending. You've got to clear that ball. They've got bodies around it. They could have dealt with it. They didn't. And then it's his movement. We talked about this clever, intelligent movement, always on the move, little touch, and it's in the back of the net. Keeper was awful, quite frankly, for that. But Arsenal cashed in.
Yeah, and then the second was Gabriel Jesus. I love the determination here of Saka. You know, he was winning that ball, and then I know a lot of people, me included, say possibly doesn't score enough goals. But I tell you what, when he gets in front of goal, he is one of the calmest strikers around. He's
little feint to shoot, there,
absolutely. If he's not ready to shoot, he won't shoot. He wants to prepare it perfectly for himself. He's so cool in front of the goal. Lovely little finish.
Yeah, and then Saka, I mean, what a wonderful talent he is. I think he's got 7 goal involvements in the Champions League. It's the first time he's ever played in the Champions League, but you wouldn't believe it because, you know, wonderful talent. We said this before, what a great young man. He gets lucky, of course, but, you know, the team involvement in this, Havertz as well. Let's not underestimate Havertz in all of this. You know, picks that ball up, anticipates really well, and it's the same players, isn't it? All 5 of them involved, the front 5. They're all in there. Look, bodies waiting, and it arrives conveniently for Saka.
Yeah, I like the way Arsenal are just on the front foot all the time. You see Havertz there. This time Tomiyasu, I think it was, with a spray out wide. I think Jesus was offside, but Martinelli certainly wasn't. He cut inside for the last goal, and the goalkeeper parried it. He sent it outside the far post and curled it round this time. And this was what I thought was the pick of the bunch, Martin, until the last one went in. This is a beautiful goal.
Yeah, I mean, lovely. It's great to see Martinelli getting in on the act, but Odegaard probably, he's thinking, isn't he? I've not actually been involved yet, really. As much as I'm in and around it, again, it's that threat on the right-hand side. These youngsters, Saka, Martinelli, cutting their teeth in European football. Well, this is a great ball here. Tomiyasu digs that one out, and look at the technique. Yeah. That is just an emphatic finish, as has the performance been in this. I can rarely say this, that I've seen an Arsenal team play so well in the first 45 minutes of a game. That is a real message around Europe, that 5-0 so far for Arsenal.
Absolutely. Should we take a break?